Hey everybody, and welcome back to another max velocity weather forecast. And in today's forecast, we'll be going over that flash flooding potential for this week. We'll also be going over that big severe weather event that could take place next week across portions of the United States. I'll give you the latest breakdown on both of those events and what you need to know in this forecast. But let's first begin with what's expected over the next several days across the United States, beginning with really today and tomorrow. There's going to be a chance for some flash flooding, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, really across the lower Ohio Valley, back through even the southern plains, has that possibility for maybe some isolated flash flooding. And that's all due to the fact we do have a stationary frontal boundary that's going to be bringing some on and off showers and even maybe a few storms during the week, really, especially over Wednesday and Thursday. So going to tomorrow, we'll have really a lot of showers and storms down across, again, the lower Ohio Valley. Heading into Thursday, more showers and storms along go. A trough will begin to build. This could actually bring the potential for maybe some isolated severe weather, maybe across areas in like the northern Dixie Valley, but otherwise it's a fairly low-end chance for any severe weather, at least through the rest of this week. There will be a possibility for some snow on the northern end of this trough, so maybe the Midwest getting in on some snow action heading into maybe Friday. Eventually going to Saturday and Sunday, we'll have another little trough develop, maybe bring some showers and storms to the southern plains. But by next week, we're going to have a really strong trough kind of just develop over the central plains. This could bring a load of snow to areas up in the northern half of the United States, but not just that, it could even bring the potential for some severe weather across areas from Texas, potentially all the way back through the Dixie Valley. So this will be an event to watch very closely for. There's already a slight risk for severe weather, so we'll get more details on that here in just a second. Over in the lower Ohio Valley, again, there'll be on and off showers and storms. This will create the potential for maybe some isolated flash flooding over the upcoming days. A trough will begin to develop again going into really early Friday, so this will bring the potential for maybe isolated damaging winds, isolated quarter-sized hail out of a storm or two. I would not expect much more, though, in terms of severe weather. Eventually, this region will dry out most likely by Saturday. And as I mentioned earlier in this forecast, there is a possibility for some flash flooding. There is currently, for tomorrow, a slight risk for isolated flash flooding. It's primarily from southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, and eastern and central portions of Oklahoma. So again, be prepared just in case. Turn around, don't drown if you see those roadways flooded over. Now, the big talk is that severe weather potential for next week. This will be for Monday of next week. There is currently a slight risk for severe weather issued by the Storm Prediction Center. It really goes from really the extreme southern portions of the Central Plains all the way back through a good chunk of northeast Texas. So a big threat potentially unfolding going into next week. We'll have a lot of details over the next several days as we get closer. But for now, we have at least some general timing that we can expect for now. Things will probably change as we get closer. But going into Saturday, we'll have some showers and storms out there. Severe weather is not really expected on Saturday. Can't rule out maybe some isolated damaging winds, but it should be pretty minimal threats overall. By late Monday into Tuesday, though, we eventually could see that potential for a line of storms, maybe a cluster of storms developing. Damaging winds for now seems to be the biggest concern, but definitely a chance for a few tornadoes, maybe even some hail cannot be ruled out with this event. Eventually going to Tuesday and Wednesday, this will eventually shift off to the east. Severe weather could continue as well through Tuesday and Wednesday in the Dixie Valley. It's not out of the question. Again, we're pretty far out, so details will change as we get closer. Instability with this event is also going to be pretty high. We're going to have a lot of instability with this. Again, values upwards of 2,000 to 2,500 joules per kilogram. Again, instability is pretty much like putting gasoline into a car. It helps fuel storms almost in this regard. So definitely, again, that's kind of what we're watching, at least for Monday night into Tuesday. And as well as the dew points, a lot of moisture is going to be coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. This will also help fuel these storms. Dew points will shoot up into the mid-60s, creating a lot of buoyancy for these thunderstorms to initiate. And also on the northern side of this trough, we could see some snow. First trough going to Thursday into Friday, some snow possible back up in the Midwest. That'll be our first of two rounds of potential for some snow. Going into next Monday into Tuesday, there's another chance for some showers and even some storms on the southern or on the eastern half of this trough, and on the northern half of this trough, some snow showers could definitely be in the forecast. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you've not already. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting.